Wayne Berry from Top Gun Business Academy, and I'd like to share an idea with you that I think could be helpful. I was chatting with one of our coaching people, that is one of the people we are coaching right now, sales coaching, located in Perth this week, and he raised the question, how on earth do you get to the decision maker? That's a really good question and isn't completely addressed in our online Top Gun sales coaching program. So if you've been through to that program, these are some extra ideas that I hope will be useful to you. I thought if they were useful to this gentleman, they might well be useful to you too. So how do you get to the decision maker? Well, if you're firstly trying to find out who the decision maker is, there's a good way of finding that out. Now think about this. If you've ever made a telephone call to a company and you've spoken to their receptionist and you said, look, I'd like to speak to the man who looks after, and you sound a little bit nervous too when you're doing it, the person who looks after printing or the person who looks after advertising, whatever it might be. Now, what are those receptionists been trained to do? It's called screen out the salespeople. So they'll then start questioning, who are you, where are you from, what do you want to talk to them about? What I'm simply going to suggest is that instead of going through that routine, in which case you may not get any information you may not get put through, is put it a different way. Yes, hello, I'm wanting to get some information to the person in your company who looks after blah, blah, blah. I wonder if you could tell me who that is and have I got the correct address for him. Now, immediately you say that, you say you want to get something to that person, the receptionist will simply probably assume that this is going to be mailed through, particularly if you ask for the address as well. Now, they've been screened to stop salespeople getting through, but suddenly they'll become friendlier because, it is in their nature to be helpful. So they will, at that point, most likely give you the name of the person in the organisation that you should speak to. The location of their person. Are they based in your city or are they in some interstate office? What is their correct title? And of course, as I said, the address that they are located at. You thank the receptionist and she's happy or he's happy, they've done their job, and now you have the valuable information. Now, when you go back to make a phone call, because integrity here, remember we said we want to get something to this person, we don't necessarily want to mail them something, we want to get a message to them via the telephone. So you're going to phone back either later that day or the next day and ask for that person by name. Oh, hi, I'm phoning for Alex. Could you put me through, please? I'm sorry, that's Alec Cornelius. Now, the fact that you know their name, their first, and you refer to them by their first name, makes the receptionist immediately feel, oh, this person knows Alex. And they're far more likely to put you through at that point. So give that a try, see how that goes. Now, a couple of other ideas for you that I think might be useful for you in finding out who the decision maker is in the company and how you can get to them. Most companies, or big companies anyway, they have a telephone number that ends in, for example, ours ends in 0500. And what happens with a lot of companies, they now have direct lines to people's desks. And these direct lines end in different numbers. So instead of, say, 500, you may try 501 or 505. And you might find something rather interesting happen. You suddenly go through past the receptionist area switchboard, and now you're speaking to somebody within the organisation. And what you can say is, oh, look, I'm wanting to speak to the man or woman who looks after blah, blah, blah. Is that you? The person will say, no, you've come through to the wrong extension. Hey, but I'll happily put you through, not a problem at all. Now they'll put you through to the person that you really want to speak to, and by now you've got their name and their title because you've had this little conversation with the person that's just put you through. There's a second idea for you. The third idea has got to do with when you telephone. It's a little bit like the last one. If you telephone early in the morning before the business reception is open, or after 5 or 5:30 after the reception has closed, your client's telephone will probably be what we used to call in the old days night switched. That is, it will divert and go through to someone in the organisation to pick up the phone. And of course, when that person picks up the telephone, you can simply ask them, oh, I see the receptionist closed. Look, I was wanting to get some information to the man in your organisation or woman in your organisation who looks after blah, blah, blah. Is that person still there, please? Oh, and by the way, could you just tell me their name and their correct title? Hey, thanks very much. Could you put me through? Would it be okay? Now, it will be because most people inside of an organisation, they're not taught to screen people who they may even think you're a major client of the company. So very likely they will simply pass you through, and now you're talking to the decision maker. great way of doing it. Let me give you another idea on how to reach the decision maker. This concerns the camaraderie between salespeople. Salespeople like to help other salespeople. Let's face it, we're all on the same team, we're always trying to reach the decision maker. So here's how this idea works. You telephone the company, you speak to the receptionist, and you can give them your name, your company, whatever, if they ask for it. And here's what you say. Please, could you put me through to your #1 salesperson? I want to speak to your best salesperson. The receptionist will think, client, prospect, and probably put you through to that salesperson, or maybe even give you their, mobile phone number. So you can now phone this salesperson and say, "Hi Joe, look, I hope you don't mind me calling you. I'm sure as a sales professional yourself, you find it a little bit difficult to find out who's who within companies, and I thought that if I phoned you, you might be able to help me. Would that be okay?" Now mostly that salesperson will say, "Sure, hey, what do you want to know?" At that point you say, "Look, I'm trying to contact the person in your organisation that deals with blah, blah, blah. Could you tell me who that is, please?" And most likely, 99% of the time, they will give you the name of that person. "Thank you. And could you tell me what is their correct title? What are they known as?" "Oh, I see. Okay, they're blah, blah, blah." "Yep, good. That's great. And where are they located?" "Oh, I see they're located in the Sydney office." "All right. Thank you so much. Do you have a direct telephone line that you could give me so I can phone through to them?" And they may say yes, they may say no. They may even offer the person's mobile telephone number at that point. And when you've explained to them what it is that you want to offer their organisation, sometimes what they'll do is they'll say, "Hey, he's here or she's here right now. Would you like me to put you through?" Now, can you imagine that salesperson will introduce you. "Hello, Alex. Look, I've got a gentleman on the phone I'd like you to speak to, and I've been chatting with him. His name is Fred Smith. Thank you. Bye." Now, suddenly you're straight through to the decision maker and you have been endorsed by their leading salesperson who has some credibility within the company, and you're through to the right person. And salespeople do tend to help other salespeople. So there you are, quite a few good ideas on how to get through to the decision maker, and most of these ideas are extra sales coaching program, if you watch the videos in the sales coaching program on prospecting. Just a few extra ideas that was really prompted by that gentleman from Perth who telephoned me to get a little bit of help. He is, of course, one of the people that we are coaching, and we coach people all around the world now. And if you're not involved in that and you'd like to know about it, hey, please contact me or one of our sales coaches, and we'd be happy to give you all the information that you would like on that. Got my commercial in there at the end, did you notice? Anyway, look, hey, have a great day, and hopefully these ideas will be very valuable for you. By the way, if they are, why not forward this email along to other people in your organisation? Share it with them. Bye for now.